Did anybody got the difference between this speech of like visually? We will go to what he's talking about pretty soon, but why were people immediately visually surprised when they saw this? So these are his previous speeches. This is his new speech. And now that I showed you the previous speech, now you should all get it. What was visually very different and why is it significant? Okay. So I don't know. A lot of you maybe in the West are going to be like, really? That's such a big deal? Yeah. People make a little big deal about these things. Did anybody get it? Let me see if Sarah started. Okay. Vic is saying he dressed for a round of golf. No. The Star of David around his neck. What Star of David? No. Yeah. Kai is saying, do the hats have something to do with the colors of Islam, and are there red and green? No, they're only in Shia Islam, at least in the Esna Ashari version in Iran. We have white and black. White means that you're just a normal mullah. Black means that you're a sayyid. So black turbans means that you're a sayyid. No, Khamenei always wears black because he's a sayyid. No, not the ring. So it's the color of the drape behind him. It's red. Okay, usually it's blue. Okay, and that's a big deal. Especially now, it's a big deal. But let me upload another video for you guys to tell you why that's a big deal. Okay, because there is hidden messages apparently all the time, for based on the color of the drape behind him when he speaks. Like what, he supports Trump? No, okay. And this was very significant because the most recent highlighting of the color behind the speech was of, yeah, these are Easter eggs, exactly. Was of Nasrallah. Okay, so when Nasrallah was speaking his last speech, all right, when he came out, some of his last speech, the color behind him was red as well. And you can see this is BBC Persian. This is a reporter, Miss Kuhnavard from BBC Persian, that a lot of people criticize because a lot of Iranians think that she has some sympathy towards the axis of resistance. And when Nasrallah was speaking, this is what she said. Let's play. اما صحنه اگر یک نکته رو بگم. So look at the scene. I want to say something about the scene. So look, these are all people here gathering to watch what Nasrallah was saying. So now she's saying, let me tell you. این رنگ پشت سرش قرمز رنگ انتقامه. So she's saying that the color behind Nasrallah is red, and red is the color of revenge.
متشکرم از تو نفیسه کوهنورد خبرنگار.
So yeah, this is Nafisa Kuhnavad. So now a lot of people are making fun of Nafisa Kuhnavad and Khamenei at the same. Nasrallah came with the color of red behind him, and he died. Okay, so a lot of Iranian people are saying, I hope this red color brings you the same outcome that it brought for Nasrallah. And also a lot of Iranians are memeing Nafisa Kuhnavad by making fun of him. So they cropped out that video that she had pointing to Nasrallah, and now they're putting it on Khamenei and making fun. Oh, now is this also the color of revenge? Is he going to take revenge?
این رنگ پشت سرش قرمز رنگ انتقامه.
So I just wanted you guys to see that a lot of Iranians are making fun of that. And I also wanted to show this. They're like, oh no, revenge is coming. And some Iranians are like, okay, if red means revenge, what does pink mean? What does this mean? Is this a color that Khamenei is going to be wearing when he's going to admit defeat, when he's going to try to become friendlier with the United States? Is he going to come out with these colors? Like now, or is they going to act like all friendly and harmless? Those are the colors that he's going to be wearing then. So yeah, a lot of Iranians are having fun with the color messages that the regime is trying to send with the colors behind them, and they're making fun of it. Okay, so now let's get to the speech itself. Let's see the things that he said. Okay, let's watch this.
دشمنان نظام جمهوری اسلامی خیلی زود فهمیدن که با شیوه‌های سخت افزاری نمی شود انقلاب رو شکست داد.
So he's saying that the enemies of the Islamic Republic is that the دشمنان who?
نظام جمهوری اسلامی
Yeah, the enemies of the Islamic Republic regime.
خیلی زود فهمیدن که
They very soon came to the realization that
با شیوه‌های سخت افزاری نمی شود انقلاب رو شکست داد.
that they cannot use hardware methods to destroy the revolution. The revolution meaning the axis of resistance, their ideology. They're still in revolutionary mode, by the way, after 46 years. Before in our previous streams, why do they still refer to themselves as a revolution? The revolution was supposed to end in 1979. 46 years ago, they still refer to themselves as a revolution. We discussed their ideologies before for why it's still a revolution. I'm not going to get to it right now. But he's saying that when he says the hardware method, he's talking about military, like bombs, tanks, helicopters, planes. He says they try to destroy us, destroy the revolution, defeat the revolution with hardware, and they were incapable.
رفتن سراغ شیوه‌های نرم افزاری.
So they went to software mode. Because the hardware methodology failed, they went to software methodology.
فهمیدن که با جنگ و بمباران و نیروهای فتنه‌گر و قومیت‌گرایی
So he says that they've realized that with bombs, with war, with
و قومیت‌گرایی
people who come and sow division,
گرایی و
with tribal
این
groups,
چیزا ایران اسلامی رو از پا نمی‌توانند در
they will not be able to basically defeat Islamic Iran.
در بیارن. نمی‌توانند به زانو در بیارن. رفتن
They're not going to the Islamic Iran kneel.
سراغ شیوه‌های نرم.
So they went to soft methods. So he continues. This cuts off, but he continues to explain that the woman in Iran, the hijab, basically the hijab thing, is being used as a software method. So he thinks that the whole hijab discussion, women in Iran, are used as a weakness of the regime, and the software method that they're coming for the regime are through the woman, through Iranian women. So that's what he was suggesting. Let me see if we have more of this here. Here.
در منطقه با این حرکتی که در سوریه انجام گرفت
Oh, now he's talking about Syria, saying in the region, what happened in Syria. So remember, the last speech that we played, he didn't directly mention like a defeat or what's happened. Like he didn't really directly commented about much about Syria, even though it was right after the fall of Assad. So this was his second speech after the fall of Assad, and he finally actually got around to directly address it. He was indirectly addressing it in his previous speech, which was quite bizarre even for his supporters. So now he realized that he cannot get away by not talking about it as directly. So now he's talking about it directly.
و با جنایت‌هایی که رژیم صهیونیستی داره انجام میده
So he's saying, based on what happened in Syria and the crimes that the Zionist regime committing,
و جنایت‌هایی که آمریکا داره انجام میده
and the crimes the U.S., the United States is committing,
و کمک‌هایی که بعضی دیگه به اینها میکنن
and the help that some other people are giving these people, like the other people who are aiding the United States and Israel,
خیال کردن که قضیه مقاومت تمام شد.
they thought that the axis of resistance is over.
اینها سخت در اشتباهن.
They are very wrong. They're extremely wrong about this. Oh, by the way, guys, this speech was towards a woman-only audience. And remember the first part that I showed you, how he was talking about the enemies of the Islamic Republic are trying to use softer methods, meaning basically ideas rather than guns and bullets. So you're thinking that the regime, the enemies of the Islamic Republic are trying to tear apart the Islamic Republic using the power of propaganda, idea, media, social media, and stuff like that. And he thinks that the main target are women in Iran. And that's why, because he thinks that's the main, that's this threat was also being signaled by just addressing women only in his speech. You could see this was an female only audience. They still saying England. It's so bizarre to me that they include that in their chants. Okay, so let's actually let's do the chants. Let's listen to the chants what they're from the beginning.